back to my channel where I do whatever I want, whenever I want. And today's video is really exciting. For those of you who probably have seen on my YouTube channel, I haven't posted in quite some time. I was working on some videos, but I had to delay them just because I had some other things come up. What do you think, Barco? She could care less. I'm gonna go put Barco down so we can have a little discussion. So for those of you who don't know who ZAG is, they are the company that created the show Miraculous, which is a really cool cartoon about superheroes, romance, lots of cool character designs. I'm obsessed with it, and I think you guys would really like it too. You can watch it anywhere pretty much. Playmates Toys has asked Linda Lee Rose over to the Playmates headquarters for a behind-the-scenes video series about the toy making process for the new Miraculous dolls. And it's super exciting because I was able to be there the day that they shot it. And as a doll fanatic myself, learning about these dolls is so cool. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my collection that I have for the Bandai versions before we get into the Playmates versions. Mostly because if you compare them, the Playmates versions just knock all of these out of the park because the Playmates versions are just so fantastically detailed and accurate. I do hope that we get a Playmates version of Mr. Bug and Lady Noir because this was a really cool exclusive pack that you could only get overseas. There are a couple of Ladybug variations that I don't have, and there is one party version of Marinette that goes alongside this specific Chloe. This outfit is really cute, but they never gave it to her in the show, even though they have a CGI artwork of her on the back. Most of these I got in the US when they came out a couple years ago, back when Miraculous was in season 2, I think. I'm just so excited that ZAG is moving with Playmates because the accuracy is immaculate. I don't have an addiction, I swear. I will do a comparison of the Queen Bee Bandai doll versus the Playmates doll when she comes out. I will be getting it around the same time as you guys do when the pre-sale happens. They will be released in March 21st for Target and March 22nd for Walmart.com. So they're coming very soon. They're coming this month, which is really exciting. That's gonna be it for the Bandai dolls. We love them, they're cute, but it's time to move on to what's bigger and better than ever before. So let's open up the brand new Miraculous Playmates dolls. So these are the brand new dolls from Playmates Toys, all the Miraculous characters. There is a couple more dolls that I don't have, unfortunately. There's Queen Bee. There is a 2-pack with Ladybug and Chat Noir. There is also a giant balcony playset with Marinette's bedroom. And I wish I had all those to show you, but these are all I could get my hands on from Amazon a couple of months ago. I'm not gonna lie, I've had these guys since October of 2020. So I've had them for quite some time, but I'm just now getting around to this video. I'm very excited to show you what they look like up close, and I also want to compare them to the older versions of the Miraculous dolls from Bandai. We're gonna start with Ladybug because she was the first one that I actually unboxed from when I got the Bandai dolls, and I have the rest in box, so we're gonna do them after Ladybug. To compare the boxes, first of all, you can tell that there's a couple of differences. Obviously, there's the key art of Ladybug, which I like that they kept from both boxes, but the backs of the boxes are completely different. There is one note that I do want to make. This box for the Playmates doll does say Bandai at the bottom, but the Bandai on this box is actually the international distributor because this is an international box rather than the US boxes that we'll be getting very soon. So if your box doesn't have Bandai on it, don't worry, it's just an international box. So if you take a look at Ladybug 2.0, she has the transformation background from the animation, whereas this one actually has a background of Paris, which is really cool. I do also want to note something about the first Ladybug. She did not come with a tiki. Ladybug 2.0 actually comes with tiki, which is really exciting. We are going to turn both the boxes around so you can take a look at the differences in the back. This is the same back of the boxes that you're gonna see on all of the new dolls. They have Ladybug, Reena Rouge, Chat Noir, Queen Bee, and Marinette because they were in the first wave. For the first wave in the US states, Marinette is not included. Don't know why, it's just gonna be the heroes. I'm sure she's gonna come later. We might even see some other characters if she's coming later. So on the back of the Bandai box, you can see Ladybug, and she's got her prototype, and at the bottom has all of the other characters that you could get in this collection. So that's gonna be it for Ladybug out of the box, technically, for this version. We'll get back to her in a minute. Let's take a look at all of the other characters comparison of the box. So now for Cat Noir. You can see that there is a lot of differences between the two. The packaging on the outside, the plastic, is kind of the same shape, just a little bit bigger for the new ones. But the Cat Noir pictures, we got an upgrade. He got a really cool brand new CG picture, which I believe is actually edited digitally with 2D art on top of it to make it look extra cool, which is something that not most people would know, but I know, of course, because I'm me. If we take a look over at the Bandai version, same thing as Ladybug's, except for his background is in front of the Eiffel Tower. It all seems to be different settings from the animation, which is really cool. I think that's it for the comparison of Cat Noir and the Bandai Cat Noir. I would have liked the Jingle Bell on the Playmates version, but you know, you win some, you lose some. We got a lot more accuracy with the Playmates version. To compare the boxes from Bandai and Playmates for Reena Rouge is, again, Playmates has the transformation scene for Reena Rouge, and the Bandai version has another scene from the animation. Her backdrop is the high school. The backs of the boxes, same as before, just has Reena Rouge's prototype on it. The back of the Playmates box is the same as the rest. That's gonna be it for Reena Rouge. We're gonna move on to Marinette now. But to compare the boxes from Marinette Playmates version and Bandai version, I like that they gave Marinette a pink background with Paris all up around the floor. I don't know if I could show that, it's kind of hard, but it doesn't look like a bedroom or anything. They wanted it to match with the rest of the dolls, which I can understand. It's very cute, but it's not like a transformation or anything. The Bandai version has her in her bedroom, which makes a whole lot of sense. It has Marinette on the front, looking all cute. But I gotta say, I like the Playmates version picture that they used because she's a lot more happy and very much more Marinette rather than just a simple smile. And the back of the box of the Bandai version has Marinette in her prototype form again. I think that'll be it for the comparison of the Bandai dolls and the Playmates dolls. So let's take the Playmates dolls out of the box now so we can see what they look like. And they're out of the box! Oh my goodness! That was really, really hard. It's like 25 minutes later. These guys, they were packed in there. So if you're an adult and you're buying this for a kid, or if you're buying it for yourself, know it's probably gonna take a little while to get them out of the box because they are very much strapped in there. So here they are, the entire Playmates Miraculous collection that I have, minus Queen Bee, minus a couple of other ones. These guys are so spectacular. I don't know what else to say. These guys, the way they're posed right now, it was kind of hard to get them in this position because they do not come with stands, and some of the joints are a little loose on the articulation, but you can just see how poseable they are. Take a look at them. They're beautiful. What do you think? I love them. They really are just so accurate. I'm baffled by the teams that come together to work on these products, and I'm very excited to see what else is coming. I know a couple ones that are hopefully gonna come out. Fingers crossed, everybody. So let's take a look at each one individually. Here we are, we're starting off with Ladybug. I wanna talk about the differences in articulation between the Bandai version and the Playmates Toys version. And it's a pretty big noticeable difference if you ask me. So for the Bandai version, she can move her leg up, she can bend at the knee, she can move at the shoulder and at the elbow, and her hands do swivel. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of this articulation, mostly because I like hands that have the posable wrist. And with the Playmates version, nothing changed. So she can move at the shoulder joint, she has extra articulation at the elbow, but her hand articulation is still the same swivel mechanic, which I'm kind of upset about. Hopefully in the future they change that to where you can actually bend the wrist. But what we lack in wrist, we make up for in knee. So you can move up her leg and bend her knee pretty much all the way behind her butt. Just a little bit that's missing. She's so poseable. I love this. The articulation alone is just what sells me on these dolls. All of the articulation for the Bandai dolls is the same, and all of the articulation for the Playmates dolls is the same. I kind of wish that she had like a hip rotation joint or something, but you can move her legs pretty much any which way. For Ladybug specifically, since I had already opened her out of the box for the Bandai version, I want to do a comparison on the Playmates accuracy versus the Bandai basic inspired Miraculous dolls. We're gonna take a look at her earrings first. The Bandai version does not have any earrings, whereas the Playmates version, I don't know how they got tiny little spots to be on her earrings, but they did it. They got that show accuracy that we love. If you take a look at their face, there's also another noticeable difference where the Playmates molding for the Ladybug doll actually protrudes off her face, so it looks like a real mask, whereas the Bandai Ladybug doll does not have any extra molding to her face. It's just a Marinette mold with like a paint job. They did make Ladybug's lips a little more full on the Playmates version to match her show accuracy, which I love. I think that they just did a spectacular job, especially on the eyes. It's a lot more detailed. It's like they took the Bandai dolls and were like, we're gonna just completely forget that ever happened and step it up like these are the brand new perfect dolls. So for the Ladybug Bandai hair, it's in simple pigtails that are really, really long, not very show accurate. It's styled like Marinette's, but it's just a little too long. Whereas the Playmates version, they cut her hair short, which is perfect, and they styled it the exact same way that it is in the show. I have no complaints on the hair. It is extra gelled. All of the girls' hair in this line is very gelled. You can always wash it out and restyle it yourself, but to get it to look good in the box, they need to be gelled. The Playmates Ladybug has the ribbons in her hair, whereas the Bandai does not. And the suits, there's a big difference. The Playmates version of Ladybug's suit is very shiny. It's a really nice material. The spots are printed on perfectly. It's almost like the spots on the Playmates version were like dyed into the fabric, whereas the Bandai versions, they were just printed on. Her suit is way more detailed and accurate. The spots are show accurate, so if you take a look at her against a cartoon version, the spots are gonna be in the exact same spot. They wanted to make sure that they could do that correctly. From when we were at Playmates, the fabric that they used, they just had a lot of different swatches, but the printing process is completely different from choosing the fabric. So for Ladybug's fabric, what they did was they picked the fabrics that they liked that would represent her suit the most, and then they have to print on the spots, but I guess they like dyed it? I don't know, that's so weird. So going down to the hands, like I said that I loved the Bandai hands were painted, so they matched her suit a little bit better. The Playmates ones are not painted, but I'm sure you could paint them to make them more show accurate. The Bandai version of her yo-yo is a little plastic piece. I lost it, I don't know where it is, but it's a little plastic piece that is opened up and it doesn't really look show accurate. Whereas the Playmates version is actually on a string, so you can swing it around, you could wrap it around her waist if you wanted to, and it clips on to her finger. There's a little hook for it. And it's actually a real yo-yo, so you could wrap this string around and yo-yo it if you wanted to. It's the little details that make everything so perfect about the Playmates dolls. Now we're gonna move down to the feet. Like I said before, all of the Bandai superhero suits, they go down all the way to the feet and cover the feet. There are no shoes on them. It's okay, but it is a little bulky. I love what they did with the Playmates versions, where they did give them real shoes that match the suit color and they have the spots on them, so they can be detailed, but they're real shoes and everything just goes very smoothly. So that's gonna be it for the Ladybug comparison. Now we're gonna take a closer look at Reena Rouge and see how she looks. So we are back with Reena Rouge. Now, her hair, first of all, is spectacular. I do wish it had the white streak in it, but I do want to note how it's styled is very unique. Her bangs are pulled back out of her face. She has her two little pieces in front to match her cartoon. But the way it's styled in the back is like two ponytails. There's like a ponytail under the base of her scalp, and then it goes up into her high ponytail. And it's a little shorter up there, but you can hide it with the top part of her long ponytail. It's just a very unique style. I don't think I've ever seen it on a doll before, and I'm really happy that that's what they chose to do for her hairstyle. So the Bandai version of Reena Rouge has molded in ears, whereas the Playmates version has a headband with the ears on them. I do like the molded version a little bit better, but I can see why they were trying to keep costs to make sure that the rest of Reena Rouge is completely, perfectly accurate. Love the eyelashes. I do wish her lips were a different color. She has the same articulation as the rest. Her suit is super detailed and it poses really, really well with her articulation, the stretchy fabric that they use. She does come with her super detailed Miraculous, and down at her shoes, they're just the simple wedges that all of the superhero girls have, except for hers are painted black. She has this huge scrap of fabric on the back of her to match her foxtail that she has when she's transformed. And then here is her flute. I love that they ended up putting on white and black over the orange molding. It just makes it look way more show accurate and perfect. And then she also comes with her little tricks, same as everybody else. Moving on to Cat Noir. He is so cool. Cat Noir has the same articulation as the rest. His head sculpt is fantastic. Here's a fun note that I just noticed. The Bandai version of Cat Noir has regular pupils, whereas the Playmates version has cat pupils. From what I was told when we were there at Playmates, they took their prototypes up to the TV to make sure that it looked as accurate as possible from if you were sitting at home watching the show. There is a major fabric difference, and the Playmates version is a lot more detailed because it has zippers, it has pockets, it has everything in it. And he has these two little wrist cuffs. The Cat Noir Bandai version has black painted hands, whereas the Cat Noir Playmates version has not painted hands. I would have liked the Playmates dolls to have black hands to match his whole suit. The Playmates version has Cat Noir's ring, whereas the Bandai version does not. So they really focused hard on the Miraculous for the brand new Playmates dolls. I do want to mention that his top, the pleather fabric, is a different fabric than down below on his pants. And his boots are insane! They're just shaped exactly like they are in the show. They have these cool little cuffs on the sides. I kind of wish that they had put cat paws on the bottom of the shoe. And his tail, I think, is the highlight of this whole doll because it is attached on the belt, but it's like a silicone piece, so you can bend it and it flows really nicely. The other one on Bandai is just a hard piece of plastic, so that's really cool. I think he's perfect. He also comes with flag, this cute little Kwame who looks very detailed and happy, and he comes with his detailed staff, which has some green lines on it. Everything about him is perfection. So now we're gonna move on to Marinette. So she's so cute. I love what they did with her. She's got this beautiful hairstyle that matches her Ladybug hairstyle. It's got the ribbons, it's really gelled and styled perfectly. Her eye makeup is a little bit pink and she has these beautiful bluebell eyes with the eyelashes and this lipstick. Everything about her is just perfection. And I love that they gave her the camouflage versions of the Miraculous earrings. I do want to note that the inside of her jacket does seem to be a little bit more thrown together. She has a tank top on rather than a t-shirt. The inside of her collar does have the polka dots, which is great, same as the trim on her sleeves. And her pants, I think, are the highlight of this whole doll. They are the softest kind of corduroy fabric I've ever felt. It's almost like crushed velvet. It's just really soft and nice. I do wish she had the pink cuffs on the bottom. That would have really put this over the top, but I understand why. This seems like a very expensive fabric. And her shoes are very cute. They're simple pink flats. I am a little upset that they don't have the bows like she does on her show, on the show. And I am probably gonna have to put some blue dots in them just because they come off so easily. Marinette comes with her really detailed bag, which is so perfect and show accurate. I love it. And you can fit her tiki inside of it. She comes with the same tiki as Ladybug. And I believe that's it for Marinette. And that's gonna be it for the Miraculous Playmates toy review. I am so excited for these guys. I can't wait until you guys can get your hands on them too. I'm excited to get Queen Bee and the playset and everything else that comes afterwards because someone's a diehard fan and you know I'm gonna get like everything that comes out for this collection. Seeing the process of how these dolls were made, they took a lot more into, we want it to look accurate, we want to make sure it has that Miraculous feel. And I was really excited to see especially how the boxes are made because there's a whole team that works specifically on the boxes. And that's why I'm a little upset to take them out, but they're very, very, very detailed, very cool. And I was very glad that I was able to be there. We got to see a couple of prototypes of things that could possibly come out. What I've learned is that they make a lot of prototypes for pretty much everything. It's just if it moves forward that we end up getting them. So I'm not sure if any of them are gonna come out, but I'm gonna be very upset if some specific ones do not come out because they look fantastic. You can even see a spoiler on Jeremy Zag's Instagram page where there is a transformation doll like outfit. We got to see that when we were at Playmates, and it was such a cool process. I kept telling them, I was like, you need to make this because that's gonna change the world, especially for transformation dolls. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below which hero you're most excited to see in the new Playmates line, or what other characters you would like them to meet. If you really like Miraculous, go ahead and follow the Miraculous channel on all social media, and also go ahead and like Linda Lee's channel because she's got some pretty cool content coming very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Plates!